Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Tom and today I'm going to be talking about advanced controller setup for Final Fantasy XIV. I play on PC and obviously this will work on PS4 too, but I just wanted to go through some of the controller settings to help you get the best experience if using a controller is something that you'd like to do. So I'll get started straight away if we go to character configuration and then go down to hotbar settings. So just a brief overview of what we're looking at here. So this section here, this 1, 2, 3 and 4, this is the cross hotbar. To navigate that I can hold right trigger for the right side and use the D-pad for my abilities on the right side. So D-pad up uses the left hand one, triangle uses the right hand top one, etc, etc. And to navigate the left side, as you would expect, you hold the left trigger. This gives me 16 abilities, but if we go into actions, we can see here there's more than 16 there, especially when you consider the role actions as well, and you may want to set up your pet or some mounts. So for those cases what we have are the W cross hotbar and the N expanded cross hotbar. So you can have it, these are just your normal settings, so what I'll do, I will disable that for a sec just so you can see. Okay, so that's what you would be faced with normally. Just looking at that down there. That's your 16 buttons. And you've got nothing more than that. If you wanted to use more, you could hold R1. Sorry. Yeah, you could hold R1 and then press circle to switch to your second hotbar, but obviously that's not as quick as what I'm about to show you. So again, if we go back into character configuration, and we'll set up the W cross hotbar first. So firstly, you can have it set so you can't see it unless you press the button to activate it. I prefer to have it see it at all times, because on certain jobs I've got cooldowns set to here, so I like to see that they're running out of time sort of thing. So I have it always set on, and to have this set up, so this is how you enable it. So to get to the left hand side, just like you would hold for the cross hotbar, you double tap it for the W cross hotbar. So that takes you to the left hand side, and then same again, you'd use your D-pad for this side and then the face buttons for that side, and the same again with the right. You would use the D-pad for the left side, face buttons for the right. It's important to note that when you have it like this is just for display purposes. You couldn't drag and drop something into there. You'd have to go on to the second hotbar and then say drag it across to there, and as you can see it sets it up there. So I just think it's a good thing to like a visual thing to show you that, oh, I've got abilities that I can use there. So that's how you would set it up. And you can have it set so, say if I wanted to have the W cross hotbar left set to number 8, you can have it set to left, and then I can see there that whatever I've got on number 8 sorry I've got a bit of a cold. Yeah, whatever I've got on number 8 I can use that instead, but I have it set to number 2 just because that's the natural flow of my abilities. So that's that. So now I've got 32 abilities that I can use just with a couple of button presses. So that's pretty good. And 32 abilities is just about as much as what you need, really. For some of the busier jobs, there are more abilities. So what I have then is the expanded and this is hold controls, so you can enable it by that. You enable it by that, and then if I want to go into the left side, I just hold left trigger and then press the right trigger, and that sends me into cross hotbar 3, which is what I've got it set to. And the same again with the right side, hold right trigger and then left trigger, and then that sends me into, in this case I've got it both set to left because, say for my samurai, I have my AoE rotation set to there, so whichever combination I press, it always takes me to the AoE section, and I prefer that, to be honest. So that's a brief look at how you set up the cross hotbar. You can have these set so they can be changed in the HUD options to, you know, to move them around a little bit. And then I just have a hotbar set up here with my cooldowns on. So I've got a visual. I never click these. These are just the just to show me, oh, this is coming up to cooldown. I need to use them. The next thing I wanted to talk about was just to show you sort of advanced targeting tactics. So again, going into config, you can have it set so it's like the up and down D-pad and left and right D-pad do different things. So generally speaking, so if you're in a party, like I'll show you with my chocobo. If I press up on the D-pad or down on the D-pad, that cycles between me and whoever's in my party. So that's good for like healing, for instance. If I need to get to Roach quickly, I can just press down on the D-pad, that jumps across to Roach, and then I can cast an ability on him quick. And then I move back to me, cast the ability on me quick. For targeting other party members, other enemies, sorry, if you're holding down the left trigger, so you'll be holding down left trigger so you can do your abilities, I just press L1 or R1 and that cycles. If you keep pressing it, that cycles between enemies. So like targeting like that, if you wanted to, so I can say cast an ability on him and then I go back to my party because he's just been injured. So that's a good way of targeting. And then finally, I just wanted to mention about specific hotbar setup for jobs, for instance, which I'm planning on doing some videos on specific jobs and their rotation and how to set up, so I'll go into more detail there. But generally speaking, what I have is set up on the W cross hotbar. I have non-damaging abilities and cooldowns, so like I have a heal macro set up here, and like meditate, stuff that I don't use like all the time. I have it set up sort of on this side. On my samurai, I have my big damage hitters set up here, just so I know like every time. So I'll go into like I'll have 3 Sen go into Iatsu, and then go and hit Sohoa and Senai, and then finish it off with that one I'm not even going to try and say it. Yeah, so and the other thing that I do is on my expanded hotbar, I have my AoE abilities set up here, and I always have them set up there. So on all of my jobs, like apart from Dragoon because I haven't got that set up yet, but I have my AoE abilities, my AoE rotation set up on my expanded hotbar. And as I said when I was explaining how to set up the expanded, whichever combination I press, right trigger then left trigger or left trigger then right trigger, it always links to my AoE, so I can get there quickly. Yeah, it's just something that sort of I have set up. And then I just have my normal single target abilities here, and so for the samurai it's like, so it has quite a lot of combos. So my main face of my cross hotbar is set up with that combo in mind. So I've got the first combo there, and then the second combo I'm going into now, and then the third combo I go back to the burst attack and then go across and finish off with Yukikaze. I have like a GCD ability there, non-GCD ability there that I can use to weave. These are again sort of weaving abilities, and then I have my Ayatsu set up, and then I should just go into the other side for my big hitters there. So I try to set up my hotbars as intuitively as possible, and a key thing that I've always found, like, and what was recommended to me right from early on, was have it as similar as you can with each job, because your muscle memory picks it up each time. I know on all my DPS characters I've got my heal macro set up there, and I do that every time, and where possible, like I say, my AoEs are always on the third hotbar, on enhanced, expanded hotbar, sorry. And I have my mount sort of set up somewhere in between. I have sprint usually somewhere around here, so I go to that and hit that up quickly. So that's my biggest piece of advice, is try to make it, for however many jobs you're running, try to make it as fluid as possible so you automatically know where to go. And that's really it for this video. If you can think of anything that I haven't included, please give me a comment, and I'll see if I can include it in a different video at some point. But like I say, my next videos are going to be looking at more in-depth look at some of the jobs that I've put some time into. So please look forward to that. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you. Goodbye.